I don't know. I want to play the game. So let's start here. In standard. Thank you for considering your standard brawl list. Yep. That's what you get for spending all those channel points. Alright, so I can stop their commander with Signet. I mean, unable to Yelp. Oh wait, can I stop it with this too? Aura enters Bergerber, tap land with any color. Yeah, alright, we can do it there too. They actually don't go for it. Also, Dollmaker's Shop probably just shouldn't be in here. Why does this have haste? Because it has haste. Oh, just because it has haste. Alright. Didn't know that. Man, they really put Garruk's Wildspeaker on complete steroids. It's crazy. Complete steroids. Alright, I can unable to Spagoo. Yeah, this Dollmakers could just be a sweeper. I think we can function with a fair amount of board wipes in a deck like this. Alright, I'm gonna take it slow, because I want to cast Heaped Harvest. Yeah, I want to cast this here. Let's get... Blah. Let's cast you here. And then just crack this immediately for planes. One would assume. Alright, yeah, this feels a little bit better. You don't run it, don't even own it? Yeah, I mean, I don't care for it. It's kind of like the goblin that makes 1/1s, except I have to already have things. Yeah, just could just be something else. As it stands, it should just be a sweeper. I can Sheltered by Ghosts, sacrifice an enchantment. I can sack Unable to Spagoo, or this thing. They can have Bristly Bill for now. I probably won't be too upset with that. They already played their land, so they kind of did it backwards. Let's take out this Traveling Chocobo. Well, cast this first, but... yep. Go here. Spadoodle. This is a green deck. There might not be a ton of ways to stop my commander. Interesting to play this here. I mean, Gaia's Cradle is nice, but you do have to tap your creatures, which means you're not swinging at your opponent, and you just have like a tapped forest that sometimes tap for enough. But Bristly Bill, by the time you crew this, the game's kind of decided, I feel. But maybe not. Ideally, there's no fight here. Alright, they can swing past me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need a land here. That's not lethal. No! Alright, there's no trample. I can make a 1/1 that doesn't... It doesn't enter the red zone here. Yeah, so it's just an efficient blocker. And then we can play another efficient blocker that also gets our land. Turn this into a plains and a... Anything flies here, so I guess an island. Yeah, anything's fine. And I can just cast this here. It's not really heavily incentivized to unlock or lock either of these rooms right now. Alright, so I have Summoned Spaghetti. This can't blow up the Garruk's land. Actually, it can't screw me over in any sense. That's annoying. Oh, I mean, is it though? The stats weren't the issue. Yeah, maybe that doesn't matter. Oh, they got their Gaia's Cradle, but they're at no more mana. Oh, they don't even tap it. Really? Huh. Why did they not tap their thing? Well, okay. Blow up to 12-12. I should swing, because I'm not going to block. Oh, right, it makes its own blocker. Why? I keep forgetting that. I don't know why. Okay. I have to double block here. Yeah, Laboratory Maniac. I mean, Does it matter? it's just laboratory video. It's not like the next meta drain. This doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm in double chump anyways, opponent. It doesn't matter how or in what world you do or don't do it. Oh, I wasn't in double chump. Oh my goodness, I wasn't actually in double chump mode. Oops. Okay. 5/5 is fine. I wasn't in double chump. That was a mistake. Okay, so I don't even know if I'm going to... Is there any room in my deck that's good right now? They get their Chocobo back. Maybe that's fine. Let's do this. Unlock this. Sweep the board. Probably a good idea. Take action. Let's stop that from being a thing. Maybe the Chocobo is fine? No, I don't want I do not want my opponent to find cards off the top of their deck. So no. And we can do this for more mana. More mana and take cards out of my deck. Doesn't matter what they are. Alright. Now what? Doubling season. Well, that's good with Bristly Bill. The bounce room? They need lands, otherwise Bristly Bill isn't really doing that much. Like, they have to continuously play lands, which means they're playing lands and not non-lands. That is very good here. And then, I think I'm safe to play this, so I'm going to risk it. I'm going to cast this. We could draw cards, and that could genuinely be important, so... That is not a land. We found 2 lands, of course I did. Oh, they only had 1 land left in their deck. That's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Is that insane? Am I tripping, or is that just the most insane thing ever? They only got 1 land off that, right? How do you only have 12 lands in your deck? That doesn't make sense. I guess the rest of the lands are just not basic, so there's only 10 basic forests. Very strange. Okay, so... Dollmaker Shop actually almost matters significantly here. I would like to make this demon so I don't die to my own stuff. I would like to play more stats to help flip the Dollmaker Spagoodle. Do I cast this? There's nothing else to do, so obviously I do. And then swing for 4? Trade O'Hare with the Overlord for more stats? That might be fine. Yeah, we can start killing our opponent for real here. Actually, because of this attack, Dollmakers kills him next turn. They didn't even block with O'Hare. Oh, didn't even bother blocking. Probably didn't have to commit the damage here. But no, the extra blockers are fine. I don't really care about O'Hare hitting me. It can't find anything that changes anything. So, no trample, and then everything in front of this, because they're dead. Oh, they can do it 3 times? Oh, come on. Wow. I thought they could only do it twice. Alright. There was nothing I could have done except put witness protection on the Bristly Bill. Yep, that's what I had to do. I didn't miss lethal. 1, 2, 6. Swing there. If I activated this, were they dead? Ooh, I like this hand. Mana into commander. Well, I mean, we're against the, I would assume, endless counterspell, removal spell nonsense. So, maybe that not as true. These are identical, doesn't matter. I wonder if I'm supposed to block this. Probably. I don't know if this format is any different than it used to be, where drawing 2 cards a turn is just the best thing you can do, and everything else doesn't matter. Alright, well, I mean, casting Simulacrum is pretty crucial. I'm just gonna cast it. I should have played the Forest, because my opponent knew about it. Let's get Plains. Opponent steals a mountain, sure. I think that was my only mountain. That's funny. Whenever you commit a crime, pay 1. Alright, well, we're in a phenomenal position if that resolves. Let's play Command Tower. Can pay 3. That. Alright. That worked out really well. I did not expect this scenario to pop up that early in the game, but this is not Historic Brawl, so I guess that's more possible in this format. To actually come back from your opponent doing what they just did. Notably, no second red source if my tender dies. Might be a hard line to appreciate, though, from the opponent. They also didn't leave their commander in the great... Oh, okay. Alright, so now we're just winning. By a lot, I think. I'm ahead by a lot. I'm sure there's plenty of things I could turn that around. Hired claws. Combat. Kill. That just worked. Oh my goodness. Is this standard? Things are just working. They're just working. Hexproof? Does that just work? Oh, we have hexproof. Oh my goodness. Yep, you can have that all day. My cards are working. Is this what it's like without mana drain? Have we found Utopia? There's no Dark Rituals? Is there River's Rebuke? I think there is, but last time I played Standard, River's Rebuke actually wasn't very good. What does this do? Put a counter on it, activate only if an opponent has done stuff. Alright, you can do that all you want. I don't care. I mean, I'm getting smacked in the face, and it's stealing stuff to my face here. Is this 5 or 6? It's 6. Alright, apparently they don't have 6. So... Maelstrom Pulse can stop the aerial damage. I think I'm just gonna swing and do this again. My opponent is willing to have this happen here. Probably a good idea to just deal with my opponent's cards. I don't really care about the cruel thing. Let's just cast this. Probably should have done this first, but who cares? I don't need that. So I will block. They kept their commander in the graveyard this time. This is a 5/5, so I can't just kill it for free. With my Overlord. My stuff has hexproof, so they could have swung, and they chose not to. They could have swung. I'm gonna go right into this. I'm gonna go right into attacking. I'm not scared by the things in play. I'm just not gonna risk losing to something profoundly stupid here. Under that. It was a VV, wow. Let's get rid of you. They don't have to block. Okay, they do anyways, sure. This can't work through Virtue. I don't need Virtue's enchantment. Let's just attack the creature in play. I don't need the enchantment side of this. And we can end it with the commander. And gas back up. Look at that. I didn't even need card draw this game. Although, I mean, the Overlord helped. I mean, I'm not saying it didn't help, but I don't say... there could have been, like, the white Overlord would have been the same issue for the opponent. Well, this is ideal. Especially your opponent not doing anything. Do I even care about this? Well, that answers that. Let us do this. That's fine. Grab the mana one, the card draw. Let's grab the card draw one. And then let's not let this do anything at all. Sure. Please get off my screen. Please get off my screen. How do you have nothing there? Is this a solid -2 moment? I think it is. -4? Yeah. It's okay. No, why don't you just plus it? Why do I care to minus? You just plus it. I don't care about the 3/2. I might as well just leave their commander stuff. And just make a zombie token. The old 6-mana 2/2 with no text. Alright, we killed the creature anyways. Yeah, plussing was just always right. Alright, let's make a 5/5? Or... Let's just draw cards and play this. That doesn't even matter. We could just do this. I'm okay with this. I'm under no pressure, so... Apparently I'm under 0 pressure. They don't have anything. That's interesting. Alright, another must-answer threat. Get Lost has already been played. We're just going to Windmill Slam Virtue. Because again, I'm not under any pressure that would make me have to worry about it. They didn't even animate their animate land there, the main land. They could have done that. Oh, we found the really good card to go with the Virtue as well. Alright, if the only thing my opponent is doing is swinging with Restless Fortress, I think we're in a very good spot. One would argue. Yep. A land is fine, but I can just do something better. Okay, land it is. Play this. This has to hit me or just attack? Attack. Alright, so that is some damage there. It starts to add up. Are we... Yeah, we're gonna do this here. I can do it again as well. I don't want you. Can I do it again? Correct. I gotta make that demon soon. Although they're gonna kill the demon. It will unalive itself soon. Let's just lighten the damage and kill my opponent's commander here. I would love to kill the manland. I would love to kill the manland here. Okay. Well, it's out of combat, but they did, I guess, technically put it back into play. They chose not to swing? Discard a card? Sure. Well, that's decent. Let's, get rid of the commander. Again. And then, I don't think I can play the land untapped. Alright, you're up, random 4/4s. Alright, let's make the demon before we die. Don't care about council. And then cast my commander? What does this do? Maybe I don't cast my commander. Maybe I do. Alright, we're not dead to their manland. And they have to have a board wipe, effectively. Yeah, I could have just cast the Omen Path. But they need a sweeper to stay in this. Of course, they have a sweeper. And then a spot removal spell that costs 1? Don't need this. Banishing Light. Does that change anything? I don't need that. So... let's see here. My opponent's life total is irrelevant. It's like, authorities, whatever. It's just the pressure from my own card. I don't have a demon anymore. I need to play my commander. So let's do this here. Take out the thing that makes me lose life, ideally. Yeah, we just take that. And then cast our commander. Find some interesting tools. Proceed to not attack. Get rid of you, and I don't think Overlord matters. Oh, well, it's still better than Poison Dart Frog, so. Alright, 2 cards in hand for the opponent. The man land doesn't do it anymore. Have to do this before they go to combat, otherwise they get an attack trigger. Alright, so now we can actually lock the demon room, so I don't lose the game to that. I could actually just lock the demon and then just reopen the demon. That's probably not worth it, though. I should probably lock this to save myself. Save myself the, uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Wait, hold on. Boom, boom. Whenever this dies, 1 damage to any target again. Alright, that doesn't matter. They tap land. Chewing through this authority pretty decisively. I can swing with probably 2 of them. But they're at 37, so I'll just play it ridiculously safe and just swing with 1 of them. Play you. The top of my opponent's deck doesn't do it, and the rest of their hand apparently doesn't do it because they haven't cast it. Let's do this. Guess I could have done this first. Those are fine. That doesn't matter. And pass. Alright, so we have a ton of stats. Again, it's starting to push you must have a board wipe territory. That has first strike. Yeah. I can still double block. I mean, might as well. It's only 7. Some random trample nonsense happens. Oh, I only have 9 cards left. I gotta be a little careful. Giving hexproof to everything is really nice, so I will do that. And now we can actually make a demon, so we will. It's probably safe to tap this. Oh, wait, I have to lock that to make the demon. Never mind. Never mind. And then... can I play this for real? No, I can't. can do this. And then fly for that, except you. And not you. I don't need you in combat. Okay. Whenever this creature dies... Okay, that's not gonna do anything here. Alright. So we're at 6 now, which is ideal. And they're dead on board. Doesn't do anything on its own. Everything has hexproof. Okay. That could sort of do another point of damage to me, I guess. I'll get rid of you. I go to 4, and then they're dead. Actually, I shouldn't have drew with the that card there. Crazy game. Crazy game. I mean, I got lower than I had to with the... I got like a little greedy with the card draw off this thing. Maybe wasn't as necessary as it could have been. I was thinking about this. Why is it stuck on my screen? Oh, why does this happen? I don't know how to fix this, but alright. Yeah, so I didn't have to take this. We almost actually decked ourselves out. Our opponent was still halfway through their deck. Can shut down Victor pretty easily. In standard Brawl, just in general, it's hard to get this to go crazy and also like live in the first place. But yeah, we kind of had that covered. The only reason my opponent was still in it was because I put myself so low with this card, and again, I just don't know if that was necessary. I could have probably just got the ramp spell room and played a slower, even slower game, or done something else. I would have seen less cards, but it wouldn't have really mattered that much. I mean, to be fair, the Dragonback Assault just made way too much value. But yeah, Authority of the Councils against something that is not aggressive isn't crazy here. My opponent can just gain... excuse me. My opponent could gain 100 life, and I'm losing my voice. And it would still... They're still going to die over the course of like a couple turns, right? Like, it's not that crazy. They were at, what, like 45 or something? And I'm just going to 2-turn clock them. And, yep, cool. Cool game. A Temple in Anim Pakal. Huh. Was I supposed to mulligan for a sweeper and nothing else matters? Is that what I should have done? Is that what we should have done? When you lock this, make a 1/1. You one-lock it. Okay. So you can go the mana route. It really depends what my opponent does here. I feel like you just cast this every single time when you can, because that's what your entire deck demands of you. So that makes my decision pretty straightforward. Mana? Ideally, I pick only lands that let me cast my commander. I have a swamp in hand, so I can do other mana stuff. Nope, nope, just no black, no black, no black. That's fine. Yeah, because I can just play it off the swamp anyways. What did they discover? I wasn't looking. Burst lightning. Okay. That. Oof, only one. Yikes. Not great. I mean, it's a good one, but it's not ideal. I have a 3/5 in play. It isn't even doing much. I think it's a good sign if my opponent just kills a 3/5. Because, again, it's not currently doing anything. Whenever this creature is dealt damage... Okay. I suppose taking the trade with my commander on that is fine. So, like, if they keep it alive or whatever. This, like, kind of works. I don't really care about the Nemesis. I mean, I'm not even gaining life anyways. Oh. Or they just have, like, the best thing in the observable universe in this juncture. Wasn't this an instant? Yeah, maybe not respecting a sweeper was a mistake, but I didn't draw one anyways. I actually drew the only thing in my deck that actually gains life, which is really funny. Or one of the very few cards. That's funny. I mean, it's another matchup where a sweeper would have been just amazing. I don't think I'm going to add another one, though. Doesn't seem like a good idea. How much damage? Okay, Screaming Nemesis is just gross. That's just so gross. I can't even, like, kill it. I don't even know if I can block it. Well, fortunately, Enduring Courage doesn't change anything. Opponent puts on the brakes, which to me is a little surprising. Let's put Sheltered by Ghosts on this. I don't know if the stat breakpoints matter. I'm just going to put it here. I don't think it really matters. I have to take the Nemesis. It's just completely disgusting here, so. Wow, really? Like the playboard. The battlefield. What do we call it? Is it called the battlefield? I'm sure it's called the battlefield. Well, this is fine. It does everything I want to do. Does that flash? No. Yeah, we just start casting things, I guess. I mean, what's the worst that happens? A counterspell? I just keep countering ramp spells. I can't say I'm really concerned about that. Alright, the weird Gilded Lotus is in play. Let's just... Again, I'm kind of just convinced developing mana is just a good idea. So I'm just going to keep developing mana. Keeps working out for us, so... Pulls them out of my deck, puts them in play. Just lets me do explosive things in the future. Okay. You can technically station this by doing it twice. Okay, they do. Okay, so my opponent just developed 22 mana. Another Ujin player, of course. Let it get rid of this. I think I have to just get rid of the Ujin and just let them have all the mana in the world, because they didn't actually spend all the mana in the world just now. They only spent it on Ujin there. So that means they don't have, like, anything else crazy out of hand. But they have Omniscience in play. Effectively. Yeah, they just don't have anything to do with it. This thing? Sure. Wonder why they let my commander resolve if they had... makes sense, I guess. Beware the Mind Skinner? Well, I mean, if they keep tapping it to the elevator, they're not swinging with it. I don't know what they could possibly need another 10 mana for. Sure. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I mean, again, you can put Omniscience in play, but it doesn't do anything unless you draw very specific cards. I highly doubt my opponent's just doing that for mana generation. This all looks scary, but... Get Lost in Day are pretty... Actually, my entire hand is awful, except Witness Protection. These cards are really not great, huh? In this matchup. Although Get Lost can have merit. So, there's just like so many cards in that hand are bad. It's not worth just a Witness Protection. Okay, this is better. Also, something to take note of is how many times, if I had Gene Pollinator, how many times am I actually tapping it when it matters? Pay attention how many times it would come up like that. Because not every time I have it is it good. Speaking of which, this is a spot where Llanowar Elves would be good. But Llanowar Elves is almost always good. But we've survived long enough without a 1-drop. I'm not going to interact with this. I think this is a fine turn to just start drawing cards. Yeah, we can just play this. I'm not going to interact with Arcane Signet. I'm just going to play Arena. Especially if my opponent just has to play Kodas. Which I would argue is fairly likely. But who knows? I mean, they know. They know when to play it. Sure, my opponent's used to the standard situation here. Yeah, I think now is fine. Sheltered by Spagoo. I can do this for 2 lands. Right? Oh. Unfortunately, I cannot get a swamp. So I have to get a plains and then just hope this is good enough. I wonder if they keep it exiled. That would be telling. Of course they do, yeah. Of course they do. Oh yes, the old Rex Sage. Can we not have a 1-mana protection spell, please? That'd be great. That would be ideal. Most assuredly. Okay, they did the old commandy zony wony. I whiffed? Wow. Well, we haven't whiffed yet. That's kind of bad. I completely whiffed. I also went through some really good cards, too. Like, some of those cards would have been really good here. That is so tragic. First time for everything. It doesn't have to be a room. I mean, this deck has, like, infinite enchantments in it, so that is really bad. I can't let them untap with Coda, so I'm just gonna kill it now. Alright, yeah. I mean, I'm still just... I still have infinite mana in play, and I'm drawing 2 cards a turn, and my opponent is not. So, it could be kind of hard to do anything when Codus is a huge part of your game plan. Okay. Preloaded a roped game. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. It skipped the opening animation for, like... It just skipped everything. Like, there was no verses. I couldn't see my opponent. It was just boom. It's your turn, and you're deep in it on the rope. Like, if I showed up later, like, if I clicked Q 2 seconds later, would I have just not been able to, that was just weird. A second white source is valuable, but I still would need black anyways. I'm just going to take the black source. But one could argue I needed the white immediately and the black later. Too late. I technically have it all here anyways. We'll see what happens. When a source you control deals non-combat damage to a creature equal to its toughness. Alright, this is weird. By all means, you can do anything. I don't care. You control... Okay. So it only cares about absolute exactsies. Very strange. Alright, black and white. I'm not concerned about haste threat, so I'll swing for 2. My hand is completely stacked, and so is this Virtue. I could have maybe held this back because Virtue exists, but I can just start doing that next turn. I probably will cast Virtue. It's only good if I do it as soon as possible. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm in no position to need anything from my commander, so I don't have to cast it. Don't have to cast it. I can just sit here and do that. Never seen that before? Yeah, that's very strange. I did when I clicked cancel on the queue, I saw waiting for opponent as I clicked cancel, and I'm assuming it put me in a game when I went back to the deck list. When I clicked the cancel button there. Like right at the perfect time. Frame perfect trick. Exile effects would be very annoying here. It is a white deck. It actually can blow up Virtue, but it has to do that, and it really wants to do damage, which does not blow up enchantments. But there's still like 2 damage-based exile effects, like Pillar of Flame effects. I don't know why I wouldn't block. We have a build your own Rampant Growth Phyrexian Arena. Recurring Solemn Golem every turn. When this attacks, create stuff. Sure. Oh, there it is. Silly me, thinking I can untap with this card. So, I'm going to cast my commander. Because I can cast it again, and I have something else to do. Do I care about my opponent's commander? Not really. I'm at 24. We can just pull lands out of our deck in this spot here. It's my favorite activity, if it wasn't obvious. I love the old 4-mana draw 5. Pulling out the shock lands is just so satisfying. I mean, I'm halfway through my deck. I've noticed I'm getting halfway through my deck very quickly. Very, very quickly are we getting to half the cards, which really increases the consistency of this. It's quite nice. So hopefully there's a removal spell or some very crucial combat trick here, but their hand is effectively full. Alright, so now they have to leave up a combat trick, which means attacking involves... Oh, it's free. Never mind. Alright, ideally their attack would not be free, but it's free. Alright, so there must be some kind of protection spell, to which I say congratulations? No, I can cast this, right? It gets around the indestructible one. So yeah, that doesn't actually cut it. But apparently there's something else going on here. I don't know what it is. They know about this room in my hand. Might want to just kill my commander? That might be what they're thinking about. Choose a creature you don't control. Damage to that creature. Solve 3 or more. Okay. So, command zone. Can now cast this one. Can recast my commander? I can. I probably will. Yeah, that's fine. Oh no, we go to discard. No! The nightmare. We don't need this. Okay, I don't need that one. Alright, everything's fine. I discard a card that doesn't really do anything. Bruce Tarl. Ox have double strike. Whenever this enters or attacks, exile the top card of your library. Alright, so for the enchantment count, it might have been the kind of on the lower end. I didn't feel too bad about that, though. I took out... I think I started with like 35 enchantments, even more rooms. There are a lot of rooms that are kind of iffy, right? You can somewhat consistently, maybe, kill someone with the central elevator. It's not impossible. Wait, is that the one I'm thinking of? No, excuse me. Promising Stairs, the other side of this room, on the right there. You can win the game with this. It's not something I even brought up in the intro. It's not realistic, but you can. It's not impossible. I probably would have wanted to run more rooms, but I just thought about playing the best of the best and then doing other things that are good, that are just enchantments, that are not rooms. It's fine. This is one of those commanders that you're not really upset when it gets killed. There's a lot of commanders that do get upset when they die. This is not really one of them. You can just recast it. It is an excellent card draw spell in the command zone. Kind of similar to the first sliver, or I guess in some way also Golos. Not like Progenitus, right? Progenitus is not a card draw spell. This just finds stuff that you want to be doing anyways, so I really like that. It's a really cool aspect of it. This was standard, it's not Historic Brawl. I almost decked out a couple times. With the amount of ramp spells in standard currently, you can kind of, quote-unquote, have the game get going once you're like a third of the way through your deck. So with all the ramp and pulling the lands out of the way, it does actually add up a lot. Like, I'm just pulling all of, like, Omen Path Journey, found off my commander, and then played. It's like so many cards pulled out of my deck that I'm just not going to draw. So card draw itself is kind of a low priority when your commander just does it, and you ramp out lands that you will not draw because they're just in play. Deck thinning is always one of those, like, oh, you're going to min-max it, you're going to crack the fetch land to lower your chances, but it makes your landfall slightly worse or whatever. In standard with 60 cards, singleton format, I'd say so. Every time I did it, it felt fine. I mean, to be fair, there's actually not really any fetch lands specifically, not the best example, but... yeah, so stuff like Stock Up Phyrexian Arena could probably just be something else. I didn't really feel like I needed these. Llanowar Elves I wasn't running, but I think you can actually run. 1 into 3 is a realistic thing this deck can do. There's not a lot of 1-minute orcs in Standard, and that's probably for the better, but we do have Llanowar Elves. There's that Beetle that didn't really... No, I don't think the Beetle did anything a single time, but 1 into 3 is... just something to consider. O-Ring effects, most particularly what's it, Sheltered by Ghost. I know this card is like really good, but when your format is flooded with sweepers and spot removal spells, your answer to a creature getting blown up is kind of like getting 2 for 1, and there's no real reason to get yourself 2 for 1. just play O-ring effects. I think those are slightly safer, because if you just put an aura under a creature and that creature dies, you do effectively get 2-for-1. And in this format, getting 2-for-1 it can be extremely backbreaking. It doesn't seem like if you play Phyrexian Arena, you just instantly win. It was the case at least like 2 years ago, where whoever was drawing 2 cards a turn just won, no questions asked. If you didn't stop your opponent from doing some kind of Phyrexian Arena style effect, you're just losing. And you can say that's just the case always, right? Like, that's fundamentally not going to change right now. But life total pressure is real. You can die by losing life. It almost happened in a couple of our games with the other one losing 2 life here. That is something maybe to consider more so than last time I had brought this up, because aggressive strategies are just going to get more efficient with time. It's a rotating format, actually, so that's actually just not true. This is not an eternal format. Changed my way of thinking with that. So currently, Phyrexian Arena is probably not as bad as it was when I played Standard way back whenever, Standard Brawl. This would just win the game. You play it and you're just drawing 2. It doesn't really matter what is going on in the game. If nobody's extremely aggressive, you're just going to draw too many cards. And all the 1-for-1s are in your favor because you're drawing 2 cards and your opponent's not. But that wasn't really the case here. This is not the craziest thing you can do in Standard Brawl, right? It is a little restrictive in what it can do, and it's not incredibly reliable whatsoever to expect this to lock and unlock rooms over and over, because it will probably die a lot. But again, that's kind of okay, because then your opponent just gave you a 7-mana spell to cast and do the top part again, right? So the bottom part's just a little bit of a bonus, if anything, and I like it. You know, it's solid. This is a nice strategy. You can easily move cards in and out of this. There's a ton of different enchantment-based things you can be doing. It's every single color, so the limit of standard is your only limitation. Just whatever's in standard is the only thing you can play. So, but yeah, there's a ton of enchantment-based stuff, and the Overlords are amazing. Some of the rooms are really good. I will say I never really found myself needing to color fix as much as I thought I would. So you don't necessarily need this one, Greenhouse specifically. It could just be something else. Especially when you have a ton of green-based ramp spells. They just color fix you anyways, right? And there weren't too many scenarios where I was color screwed. It did happen sometimes, but not that much. Overlord is any color. Arcane Signet is any color. All the green ramp spells find basics that are any color. Some of them actually find 2 basics and even more, like this thing, and find all sorts of things. I think this is any color too, right? Yeah. So this could just be something else. I never cared about the left side of it. And the right side is, I don't think ever came up meaningfully. I think I opened it like once or twice, but I think I was either dying or something by that point. But yeah, I didn't feel like I was shy on win conditions either. I was concerned that I just didn't have enough cards to close the game out, but I did. So if you like this kind of strategy, it's solid. I can recommend it to you. So let me know what you thought about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.